Hey, everybody. Just jumping in here to tell you that school is canceled. I wanted to give you another method to know that, but I really wanted to show you my cool shirt. And we're going to talk all about the weather. But look at that. That's what happens when you can print them in-house. My wife goes, oh, you got to put this shirt on. So yes, I did. Looking at radar, which is, what we're here to talk about, we actually do have some mixed precipitation. I had freezing drizzle move over my house for about 10 minutes. It got a little on the trash can, the air conditioning unit, and all that stuff. But nothing, it all dried up off the sidewalk and off the roadways. Didn't have enough. Looking to the northwest, though, things are filling in, and I'm going to zoom in. Take a look up here. This area right here, this is what models have been showing, and finally this is filling in. And I say finally like that because, again, I don't want chaos. I just want to be right, and I said there would be a little ice, so this is not enough for me. I think this right here is what's going to bring us probably 5/100ths to about 1/10 of an inch of freezing rain. There could be some sleet mixed in, but I think that's mainly going to be in our northern parishes. But right now, I would say with this one, this little weak echo that moved overhead producing light freezing rain, freezing drizzle, I'd say anywhere we're seeing pink up here, Natchitoches, Wynn Parish, Northwestern Grant, Sabine Parish, and then out around Toledo Bend, I would say this is all going to be some sort of freezing rain or freezing rain and sleet mix. Also, a couple more freezing rain bursts here down across Jasper and Newton County, Texas, so that's going to move in toward Beauregard Parish. But another thing I wanted to do while I had you here was go over and look at the Shreveport radar. You can see up towards Shreveport, it's really been nasty. I mean, what a difference 100 miles makes here, but the roads up there some have been closed, but a lot of them are ice and snow-packed. Even though totals have not been that high, when it's this cold, that's going to allow everything to just accumulate and cause issues. So you don't need a ton of it to cause the problems, and that's what worries me when we look out here towards Sam Rayburn and Toledo Bend. This filling in right here and moving on to the east, that's the stuff that we're going to be looking at for our area for pretty much the northern half of the area through about 4 or 5 o'clock, and then it's going to spread over the rest of the area. As I said in my last post, or 2 posts ago, I think, the timing on this did delay just a little bit. I know we've seen a little bit, but this is the batch I've been kind of waiting for, and this is the one I've been expecting. This is probably going to be centered on about 2 to 8 o'clock is the time that it really impacts the area. So if you decided this morning, hey, things aren't happening, I'm going to go ahead and take a risk. I'm going to go out to the store. Not really a risk. I'm just going to, again, common sense. It's not doing anything. I look at radar, nothing going on. So you ran out to the store. That's great, but don't do it anymore. I think we're about done with the travel time for the day. So, again, if you're down here in Opelousas, you're in Ville Platte, you're okay for a little while longer. Nothing really coming through just yet, but you can just see that uptick that we've seen here in the last couple of hours. And what I do want to show you along with this is the HRRR model. And this is the latest run of this model, and it shows pretty well what I think is going to happen here. I'm going to just go in and scroll through this. And you see by about 2, 3 o'clock, things really start to increase. Now, these little patches here could bring some steady light rainfall that would last, 15 to 30 minutes. That could put down a couple 100ths of an inch of liquid, and that's much more than what I just saw out of this last little burst here. So as we go through the afternoon and you see multiples of this coming overhead between about 2 and 8 o'clock, you got about 6 hours with that scattered off and on freezing rain, possibly mixed with sleet. It exits the area probably by about 10 o'clock down to the southeast, and by then, we could even see freezing rain down around Sycamore Point, Baton Rouge, areas south of Baton Rouge. Let's go all the way through the run here, see if New Orleans gets in on it. Oh, it gets so close. Looks like about Kenner. But so freezing rain is going to impact a large part of the state, and I'll just run back and show you again as we just kind of slowly go through this. By 2 o'clock, it's entering a good chunk of the area, especially the northwestern part, Leesville, Alexandria. You're seeing some freezing rain. By 5 o'clock, that's when I really think things pick up, and we see some scattered light to maybe even moderate bursts of freezing rain and sleet. Then by 8 o'clock, things start to move out, and 10 o'clock, it's gone. But if you are headed toward the southeast, you will have some issues. All right, I'm going to take one more look at radar, and then I am going to get on out of here. Just wanted to give you a quick update on all this stuff. Which one am I on? Fort Polk? Okay. So for Polk radar, this is in sensitive mode here, so don't hurt its feelings. No, it's in sensitive mode. I'm sorry. We have some freezing rain showing up here, and this is really what we're watching right here. This area back to the west, it looks like they've actually taken the radar out of clear air mode, so you can see how it looks like things kind of all across the board just kind of went and just kind of shrink up there. That's not the case. That they took it out of clear air mode into precipitation mode, so it's going to not go crazy if we see those light to moderate bursts move through the area. And it looks like if you are out on Toledo Bend right now, I don't think it's snow, but it could be sleet mixed with freezing rain there. And this is going to continue on to the east across the area, making for some tricky travel and some issues. Let me look through and see if I have any questions. Watching, coming from Baton Rouge, trying to get home to McNary. Leave now, I would say. It's your best bet. All right, staying home, good. Yeah, I think now we're just, we're at that point where it's time to pretty much stay home. Total accumulation, I'm thinking still probably less than 1/10 of an inch for most. I still think the highest end on this is probably going to be, someone could see 0.15 to 0.2 inches. I don't think we get to 1/4 inch. I don't think we get into power outage territory, although, again, you can get an isolated power outage if a limb falls. So, yeah, I'm thinking generally 0.05 to 0.1 or 1/10 of an inch. It's going to be pretty nasty. Sleeting in Florida. See, this is what I'm here for. I like these observations. So, sleet in Florida. That sleet actually, you kind of root for that over the freezing rain, because the freezing rain is going to form that solid sheet of ice. Sleet is going to actually have a little bit more traction to it. Traveling from Alexandria to Marksville around 6 p.m. does not look like a good one. If you're driving, you start to slide, turn into the slide. I like these tips. Sleeting in Woodworth. Okay, how about that? Catahoula, yeah, you're going to get stuff here probably in 2 or 3 hours. Southern Catahoula actually probably seeing a little bit of freezing rain right now. But again, I'll show you the zone I'm looking at here. Whoops, wrong thing. They look similar. Right out here. All this is going to just develop. It's going to continue to kind of develop out that way, and it's going to move this way, and it's going to fill in. It's going to create more. We're going to see more of this developing out here toward Carthage and Jacksonville and Crockett, Texas. And as that happens, we're going to get these bursts of light to moderate, perhaps freezing rain and sleet. And that's going to mainly be from about now in Manny and Natchitoches. But I think across the middle of the area, more like 2 to 8 o'clock for here in Alexandria, maybe 4 to 10 o'clock as you head into southwest or southeastern areas. And it's just going to be, it's going to be one of those deals where we get a lot of light precipitation. It's going to create some issues on those elevated roadways. We're going to see ice form on the trampolines and on the trash can lids. Actually, I don't have a car out there. We only have one car, so it's in the garage. And I had to put my trash can out because I have to measure it somehow. So it's out there, and we will be watching that trash can here at the Miculus house. All right, I think I'm going to get on out of here. Quiet and Marshall, just checking this out. What'd you say, Brandon? 28 east, was that 3:30? I think it's going to be getting kind of rough by then. I think it's probably going to be pretty slick. And this is going to be area-wide. So if we're talking about any city here, it's just a matter of when the timing is. I think everyone gets in on some freezing rain and sleet for today. So I think, it's tough to pick out exactly where the worst will be. I know it's going to be worse up north along I-20 where they've already had a good bit. But for us, for the entire area, we all run the risk to see some freezing rain and perhaps some sleet. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Just had to pop on real quick, show you my nifty cool shirt, my school is getting canceled shirt, because it is tomorrow. It is canceled in Rapides Parish, and I know some other parishes as well. I believe Grant, Sabine, maybe I saw Evangeline. I don't know. Check with your local people. Again, you're going to get 100 notifications on it, so you'll find out. All right, I'm out of here. See you back here at some point later today when things